Buenas. Welcome to the Mario Umana Academy. Bienvenidos a la Escuela Mario Umana. I am Dr. Claudia Gutierrez. I am the proud principal of this school. We are truly excited to be hosting this great event here in our classrooms that serve our most recent immigrants. I would like to thank the Boston After School and Beyond, the United Way, the City of Boston, Boston Public Schools, Dr. Chang, Sociedad Latina, and BoSTEM, which we are pleased to be able to partner with. And hopefully, after this announcement, the students will realize why we are so excited. Thank you for coming, and I'm honored to introduce our Honorable Mayor Walsh.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ms. Gutierrez, and thanks to all the students here at the Umana. We saw 3 classrooms today, and we saw some incredible learning going on in those classrooms, so I want to thank the students. I too want to just take a moment to thank Superintendent Tommy Chang for his great work. I want to thank the United Way. Mike Durkin's here from the United Way. Chris Smith is here from After School and Beyond. Thank you very much for your partnership and work in our city. Alex Oliver DeVilla is here. Thank you, Alex, she's here today as Sociedad Latina, but also she's here as a school committee member. So I want to thank you for your great support as well today. Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Was that all right? Yeah. All right. Thank you. I want to thank you for inviting me here today, and certainly this school is a special school in the city of Boston, Umana, and I know that this school has so much pride. So again, I want to thank you for being here. The students in this school are doing some incredible things, and we want to recognize that. There's a lot of press here today, and a lot of the press here is for the school, but also here to talk about Boston being chosen as one of the finalists to bring Amazon to the city of Boston. And the reason why, I think one of the reasons why Boston is chosen for Amazon chose Boston as one of the finalists is because of what's happening in our city, what's happening with our young people using science, technology, engineering, and math in new and amazing ways, and showing the potential of the workforce here in the United States of America and the world, quite honestly. We want to make sure that every young person has the resources they need to keep exploring and keep dreaming big dreams, and there's a real unique opportunity here. That's why I'm proud to announce that we're expanding the BoSTEM program here in the city of Boston. Thanks to a $4 million federal grant, we're going to add STEM and after-school opportunities from grades 6 to 8th grade here in the city of Boston. It will support programs like being provided by our amazing community partners in Sociedad Latina, which the 3 classrooms I went into today, seeing the instructors here doing incredible work. I want to thank you. It's going to allow us to increase our resources to 10,000 students over the next 5 years, so we're going to have more and more young people with the opportunity to learn about what's important in the future here. Students who take part are going to gain the skills that's going to help them in their classes and their lives, certainly. They're going to get hands-on experience from industry professionals. People will be able to come into our schools in Boston and really show young people about what's important for our future and how do we continue to move our future. They get to experiment and explore interests in new ways. We just were in a classroom and we played music through different wires and using, what's the right word? Magnetic, not magnetic, energy. Kinetic energy. I should have paid a lot more attention when I was in 6th grade. And we're able to do some incredible things here, and the young people helped us. And we're going to be able to help young people find their passion, explore science and technology like they've never had a chance to do before. And that's something that's really important for us. As the world's evolving and changing even faster, the world's a lot smaller place than it was when I was in grammar school. And as you look around, the importance of our city, the importance of this technology is just about educating our kids, but also making sure that if you look around this room here today, the world is in this room. You have kids and adults from different parts of the world. Our families came from different places. And what makes our country so special is the fact that we are truly an international country. And what's happened is because the world has gotten so much smaller, it's important for us to remain competitive, that we continue to educate our kids and allow them the opportunity to dream what they want to dream. Boston is at the center of education. Boston is at the center of STEM education. Boston is at the center in so many different ways because of that, whether it's our startup companies or our medical companies or our universities and colleges, and also our grammar schools. And I think it's something that we should be proud of. We're a global leader in science, in medicine, in technology, and every day my office gets a call from somebody else who's looking to come and bring industry and bring their businesses to our city. And what we want to do is, as they bring this industry to our city and as they continue to grow, we want to make sure that right in our backyard that we're generating and educating the young people of the future, young people that are going to be the future scientists, doctors, and all of the folks that are going to be needed in these different fields. So I have a couple questions. How many of you want to be a computer programmer when you grow up, like work with computers? We got a couple computer programmers. Who wants to be a doctor? Any doctors here? A couple doctors. Who's going to create your own app? You know, on the phone, the apps? Who's going to create an app? Do you have any ideas for apps? Right, we do, right? There's more than one. Who else? You guys in the middle, any app? You want to create an app, right? Like when we call school off, an app for that, so we can send you So I wanted, these are the kind of opportunities that our young people are the future of our city and our country. The students here at the Umana will be prepared for it. As you walk around and you see the incredible things going on in the classrooms with the teachers, with the leadership of the school, I want to thank you for the great work you do. I want to thank you for what you're doing. And I also want to have something that's important, that in this school, most of the people that come to school here speak 2 languages. And when you think about the importance of that in a worldwide economy, that's something that is extremely important that we can continue to do that. So we'll be able to send kids that got educated in the Boston public school system around the world to do great things for our city. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to just end with thanking the students for allowing me the opportunity to come here today. This is an exciting day for the city of Boston. It's exciting for a lot of reasons, and anytime I get a chance to come into a school, I certainly love it because you are the future of our city, you're the future of our state, you're the future of our country, and you're the future of the world. So don't forget that. Thank you. And now I get to bring somebody who I've gotten to know really well over the last 4.5 years in the city of Boston. I knew who he was. And that's Mike Durkin, who works at United Way. And every time we show up at an event together, Michael's making an investment in our young people in our city. And he's one of our biggest advocates in the city of Boston. So I'd like to ask Michael to come on up and say a few words.
Thanks, Marty. Well, thanks, everybody, and good morning. And this is really a great day. I thought when the mayor was asking who wanted to make apps, who wanted to be a doctor, who wanted to be a computer scientist, I thought he was going to ask who wants to be mayor. Anybody want to be mayor here? Oh, man, I don't know. Yeah. Well, we're fortunate. We've got great leadership with Mayor Walsh and also with Superintendent Chang and your principal and everybody that's here. And just a couple things that I'd like to say to you on behalf of United Way and the many organizations we work with, Boston After School and Beyond, Sociedad Latina, and many, many others. You know, this is not the beginning of everything. This is the opportunity to take all the good work that you and your teachers and the folks that care about you have done to put you on a path for even greater things. Mayor Walsh talks about what a great opportunity Boston has for a future. And Boston's future is based on you kids. It's based on the good things that you're going to do. So very realistically, we're not just at the Umana School. We're at a footprint of the world here. And what you've got the opportunity to learn and be a part of is going to propel all of us into the future. So you got a lot of people on your side. You got a lot of support. You're going to do great things. We are delighted to have received the grant from the Department of Ed, a $4 million grant over the next 5 years to propel the good work that's already been going on with teachers like Matt and others in this school who are committed to your success. So what our opportunity is now is to find ways that we can get more people involved in STEM-related activities as teachers, as friends, as volunteers, to make sure everything that you're doing can be as good as it can be going forward. So on behalf of organizations like United Way and others that are here to help good schools be even better, we're all behind you. It's a great day, but again, it's the next step that you all can take to great success in your life. So congratulations to you for that. It's my good pleasure now to introduce to you Superintendent Tommy Chang. Tommy is the person who leads the whole school system across Boston. It's a big job, it's a complicated job, and he's the guy who's putting in the time to make sure your future can be as bright as it can possibly be. Please welcome Dr. Chang.
Buenos dias, estudiantes. Yes. Good morning. I'm so proud to be here. My name is Tommy Chang. I am the superintendent of Boston Public Schools. As the mayor said, Boston is a hub for innovation and a hub for STEM. But the STEM inspiration gap and the STEM achievement gap is still real. And in Boston Public Schools, it's our mission to close the opportunity achievement gap for students. 45% of new jobs in this city are STEM related. And that's why it is so important that you are getting these foundational skills. 69% of employers report that they have a difficult job finding people to fill these STEM jobs. And so that is why this partnership is so important. And I'm so glad it's actually happening here. This learning isn't like sitting down and reading from a textbook, listening to a teacher lecture, right? This work is project-based. It's hands-on. It's actually what you would do when you are the scientists, the innovators, the computer programmers of tomorrow. So, and why are we focused on grades 6 through 8? Students' interest in math and science seems to wane in these grades. I want to share a couple of statistics with you. 44% of fourth graders report that math is their favorite subject, but that drops down to 27% in eighth grade. And 27% of fourth graders report that science is their favorite subject, and that drops down to 17% in eighth grade. And we know that eighth grade is a critical point in a young person's career development. And so that's why we want to make sure you understand how fun science and math can be. So let me ask you very quickly, can you raise your hands if math or science is your favorite subject? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Our goal is to make sure every hand is raised after you go through this program. So we can't do this alone. We do this in great partnership with some amazing people. So I want to thank again Mayor Walsh for his continuous support. He loves being in schools and he loves being with young people. I want to thank Alex Oliver Davila, one of my 7 bosses on the Boston School Committee, and also Executive Director of Sociedad Latina. Dr. Gutierrez, thank you for your leadership at this school. Mike, thank you for your leadership at United Way. And then now I have the pleasure of introducing also another leader in Boston, Chris Smith. He is the Executive Director of Boston After School and Beyond.
Good morning, and thank you, Dr. Chang. I'd first like to thank the United Way for their longstanding support, not only of Boston After School and Beyond, but hundreds and hundreds of youth development organizations in Boston. And also thank them for making STEM a priority, not only in the youth development community, but among the business community as well. And thank Dr. Chang for his willingness to use partnerships in order to ensure that all young people get the opportunities that they want and deserve to learn, whether that's in school, after school, or during the summer. And thank Mayor Walsh for making the entire city a classroom for young people, so that learning doesn't stop at school, but includes after school and summer, that it doesn't include only teachers, but a host of community partners working in collaboration with teachers. And I would say that this leadership sets Boston apart from a lot of other cities in getting so many people thinking together about how to serve young people all year round, all day long. Boston After School and Beyond works with nearly 200 after school and summer programs. And our goal is to make sure that kids have fun after school, they have a safe place to go, they make new friends, and they learn skills that will get them ready not only for success in school, but also well beyond in college and career. And BoSTEM is really where curiosity and creativity meet critical thinking. And if we do this well, more hands will go up in the future because you all will be engaged, interested, asking more questions, and have more ideas about what kinds of careers you could pursue. And the way we're doing this through this initiative is working with a host of diverse after-school and summer programs. There are 8 of them here today. Their work in engaging young people in learning is exemplified by our next speaker and her organization. So with that, I'd like to turn the podium over to Alex Oliver Davila, Executive Director of Sociedad Latina.
Buenos días. No sé qué hora es. Buenas tardes. ¿Ya son las 12? No, ok, casi, casi. Bueno, gracias por su paciencia. Voy a ser muy, muy breve y después voy a seguir hablando en español. So, gracias por tener paciencia y ser flexible con toda esta gente. So I'm just going to say a few words and then I'm going to speak in Spanish again. I just want to thank all the students for their patience and flexibility sitting here. I know my ADD would be kicking in, and so I'll try to be very fast. But I'm not like Chris and Mike. I need to have my notes, you know, a different age. So we're really proud to be here. We're really proud to be part of the Umana family and the Umana Academy. I really want to thank the United Way, BoSTEM, Boston After School and Beyond, Superintendent Chang, BPS, and the mayor, as well as the principal of the Umana and the staff here at the Umana, and also recognize the staff at Sociedad Latina, because all of these classrooms, it looked very seamless, but it took a lot of work, so I thank everybody for that. And I have to say that I was so impressed. I can't even believe I worked there. So I got to say, every time I come to an event, the staff is so great. I'm super impressed. I'm really lucky to work where I work. So through this critical partnership, STEAM engages immigrant students in hands-on STEM exploration and English language development. STEAM team captures the imagination of newly arrived students through bilingual activities that incorporate art and design into traditional STEM fields. Sociedad Latina's STEAM team and its partnership with the Umana provides a unique opportunity for young people to see themselves as scientists, engineers, and designers at the same time that they craft their identities as students in the United States. We know this work is critical. Dr. Chang gave some statistics. I'm going to focus more on data in terms of the achievement gap for middle grade math and science for English language learners, which is concerning. So if we look at that last year, only 13% of ELLs were meeting or exceeding math standards, and 6% of ELLs were advanced proficient on science engineering standards. And with that coupled, that Latinos are very underrepresented in the STEM fields. So STEAM team and other BoSTEM programs which are here, I can't remember all of you, I'm sorry, but they're all here. Congratulations to you as well. Provide students with the opportunity to engage with STEM concepts in a low-risk, responsive, fun environment where they can build the confidence and skills necessary to pursue advanced courses in high school and college and beyond. Through BoSTEM, we are investing early in our homegrown talent and changing the face of Boston's robust innovation economy. Oh, and I wanted to also recognize the Chief of Education who's here, Ron Dorsey. Sorry. Okay, thank you, Ron. Brevemente, nomás quiero decir unas palabritas. Gracias de nuevo por ser flexible. Como dijo el alcalde, ustedes son el futuro. Y ya sé que está pasando muchas cosas en nuestro país que no son cosas que nosotros esperamos, porque nosotros trabajamos duro, tenemos familia, somos responsables y somos una comunidad fuerte. Yo quiero decirle a todos, espero que disfruten de este programa y, como dijo el alcalde, ustedes son el futuro no solamente de Boston, del estado, de la nación. Por favor, sigan estudiando y sigan adelante, porque son la generación que viene detrás de nosotros y necesitamos más latinos en todo. Necesitamos más doctores, más ingenieros, más cientistas. Por favor, y gracias a todos ustedes por estar escuchándonos todo el día. Ahora voy a presentar de nuevo al alcalde para que ustedes le hagan algunas preguntas que tienen. I'm going to ask the mayor to come back and the students have some questions they would like to ask.
All right. All right, from the students, who has a question for me? We'll take press questions after. Yes, sir.
Why do you help immigrants like us?
Why do I help? Where's your family from? El Salvador. The reason why I help immigrant families is because my family is an immigrant family. My mother and father came here in the 50s. They came from Ireland. They weren't citizens when they came to the United States of America. And my father and mother got green cards. My father became a citizen right away. My mother didn't become a citizen until about 1992. So it's important that when I think about my own family, America is built by immigrants, and we still continue to be built by immigrants. We continue to grow because of our immigrant population. That's why I support immigrants, because every single person in this room, unless their family came over on one of the boats back in the 1600s, they're sons and daughters of immigrants. Any other questions? Where am I from? I'm from Dorchester. My mother and father from Ireland, but I'm from Dorchester. I grew up in Dorchester. Anybody from Dorchester here? Where? What neighborhood? Okay. Nice. Yes, sir.
Do you want to be the president?
We want him to be the president.
This actual minute I'd like to be, but well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I love being the mayor. Any other questions? Yes.
It's hard to complete your job.
That's a great question. My job is a lot like being in school. If I do my homework and I'm prepared for the day, I have a better day. If I don't do my homework and I don't prepare for the day, I don't have as good of a day. And I do get homework at night. Yvonne sends me home with a lot of papers and I have to read it. So, for example, coming here today, I read a briefing about what we were doing here today. I read the students I was going to meet and what we were going to do. And then Alex called me earlier today to give me a briefing one more time. So my job some days can be really hard. But there's a lot of good things we can do as mayor too. So I love my job, and I love all the people that work with us every day. Yes?
Do you like to work with immigrants?
I love working with immigrants. I love working with immigrants for a whole bunch of reasons. When I was a state representative before this, and I used to work a lot at the State House with the immigrant community, fighting for rights for immigrants and supporting immigrants. And now as mayor, we created an office. We had an office called the Office of New Bostonians, and we changed the name of that office to the Office of Immigrant Advancement, because it wasn't just about new Bostonians that come from other countries. It was how do we advance immigrants, and that's why we did that office. And so I love working with people from all over the country. I love talking to different people and from different countries. So give me some countries. El Salvador. Where else? Colombia? Who's Colombia? Who's from Puerto Rico? We got a couple. There's somebody from Puerto Rico here, right? Right? There is. There has to be. I met somebody in the room. Where else? What other countries I miss? Guatemala. Perfect. Nicaragua? Honduras. Dominican Republic. Mexico.
Argentina.
Argentina. Anyone from Argentina? Does Argentina still have a good soccer team? No. I know.
We have Messi, the best player.
Messi's unbelievable.
Best player.
Messi's unbelievable. What? Any other countries? Brazil. Oh, who's from Brazil? I have a cousin in Brazil. He's a priest in Brazil. He was born in America. And he immigrated to Brazil. Anyone else? Taiwan. Nice. All right. Any other questions for me? Yes.
What do you think about the people who don't like immigrants?
I think a lot of people, I don't know if they don't like immigrants. I think they're not sure exactly what an immigrant is. I think they listen to other people, and I think it's wrong. I think that people have gotten too mean in this country lately, and it starts at the very top. And I think that there's a way that we shouldn't be so mean with immigrants. If you look around, I think it's people that don't have the understanding of what an immigrant is. I'll give you an example. I know somebody in Boston that supported the president in the election. And then when he came down with this immigrant bill about asking people to leave the country, this guy owned a restaurant, and he was upset because some of his workers were from those countries that the president wanted to ask people to leave from. And when he understood that there's a personal connection there, he realized that he was wrong. And I think that there's a lot of that. We have to educate people and let people know exactly who and what an immigrant is. Because an immigrant is, even though I'm not from Ireland, I'm a son of an immigrant, so I would say I'm an immigrant in some ways. And I think that there's a lot of that we have to educate people. But I think in this country, there are far more people that support immigrants than not. And there's no question about it, 'cause I talk to people every day about it. Yes?
Does your job affect the connection with your family?
That's a great question. It does. That's a great question. It does, because I'm not always home. I get up early and I leave, and then I come home later at night. And then my family, obviously, they watch the news and read the paper. And sometimes when they see a story that's not a great story, they get upset about it. But I tell them not to worry about it, because it's just a story. And I think that it does affect in some ways, but it affects in a positive way as well. That's a great question. Thank you for that. Yes, sir, in the back. Hold on, you got to stand up for me and say it out louder.
That you are with the things the president about immigration?
Can somebody read it for me?
Do you agree with some of the things that the president is doing with immigration?
I don't agree with anything the president is doing in immigration. So, for example, the president has an opportunity with DACA to extend the program, and like President Obama did, like President Bush did. And what he decided to do was pass that on to the Congress to deal with it. People with temporary protective status, the president could work on that issue as well, and what he's done is passed it along to Congress again. So on these tough decisions, what he's doing is he's trying to placate to his base, saying he's tough on immigration, when in fact he's not. He's just passing on the issue to somebody else to deal with. So it's wrong what he's doing. Yes? Say it again? What? Oh, what's difficult in my job? Thank you. That's a good one. I think one of the things that is most difficult is when people hurt each other. And sometimes we can't do a lot about it. So when there's violence in the streets, when people are shooting each other and hurting each other, that's hard, because we can try and reduce the number, but there's always something going on. So that's difficult. It's sad when somebody loses their life. Also, what's difficult is making sure that in the school system that everybody gets the same opportunity for the same education and gets the same benefits to be successful in life. So it's difficult. It's not difficult, but it's one of those things that concern me every day. Yeah.
Do you have wife or son?
No wife. Yes. Say it again? Am I an immigrant? I'd say I'm an immigrant. Even if I was born in America, but I'd say I'm an immigrant. I'm proud where my family came from. Yes, the young woman, you're down the back, young man. Yeah.
Why do you never discriminate race to immigrant people?
Why don't I discriminate? Oh, because it's the wrong thing to do. You know? Yes, in the back. I love helping other people. I think anybody who's in public service loves helping other people. It's like your teachers. I think your teachers love teaching you, and they're helping you get smart and educated. So I think when you have a job like that, it's great to do that. Even the press that's here, when they can report the news and tell a story, whether it's a good story or a sad story, they feel good about it as well, because they're passing information on to people. Yes? I love Boston. Best city in the world. Yes? Say again? All right, I'm coming back to you. Young lady in the back, you didn't ask me a question yet. Good.
How many countries or cities have you been to?
Ooh. I don't know. Let me think. I've been to a lot. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I'm not going to go through them all, press. Don't worry about it. I've been to Haiti. I've been to China. I've been to Ireland. I've been to England. I've been to Mexico. I've been to a lot of cities in America now. Before I was the mayor, I really didn't go to many. But since I've been the mayor, I go to a lot more. So they're all, yeah, I've gone to a lot. What's my favorite? I'm not going to tell you. Yes. Say it. What about my job? Well, my favorite part of the job. My favorite part of my job is coming to a school and talking to young people. I love doing that, because you are the future of Boston. And I love coming in and talking to people, going to the schools and talking about what you're experiencing and what you're learning in school. All right, one more question. Yes, down the back. Can I control things? Kinda, I guess. Sometimes, not all the time. But you shouldn't, I don't think anybody who leads something should control something. I think if you're a president or if you're a mayor or a governor or anything, or a principal or a superintendent, you shouldn't be about controlling. You should be working to collectively with people so you can come up with an idea. Because I think when you start talking about control, sometimes that power goes to people's heads and they do crazy things, like the guy in Washington. Yes. Do I have time to relax? Well, I can tell you this. Sunday at 3 o'clock, I will be in Foxborough, Massachusetts, and I'll be relaxing in my section. All right. Any other questions? Press, any questions for us on this?
Yeah, on this.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Amazon earlier. Is this a bad?
Yeah, why not, want to bring him in then? We might as well do it here. Why don't we get it done? Is it easier if we do Amazon from here? Oh, no, we'll do it out there. All right, we're going to do it. Amazon's going to go out there.
All right.
All right. Any other questions on this for any of us?
Mayor, the press release says that this will go from 4th grade to 8th grade.
Yep.
Once the grant runs out, will it be able to continue? Is the first question. And the second question is, will the 9th graders on up also be able to join the program?
Well, I'll turn the 9th grader over to superintendent. Let me just address the first part of the question. I think it's important what we're doing here is this is a program that has some funding for a period of time. And I think ultimately through our Build BPS plan, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we continue to have STEM and STEAM education in all of our schools. I think it's important that we look at arts program in all of our schools. I think it's important that we look at nurses in all of our schools. And through Build BPS, part of that is, I don't want to say it's a consolidation, but some of the stuff that we've talked about in potential grade configuration, things like that, it's about bringing more resources and more programming to our classrooms. And I think that ultimately our goal would be to keep this program moving forward, because after a 2-year period doesn't mean that all the kids are educated. I mentioned Amazon, and I'll go more into Amazon on the hallway, but in a realistic approach, potentially, Amazon is talking about coming to a city and in 10 years building out a full campus. These students that are in front of me today, in 10 years are going to be being eligible, they'll be in the workforce. So it's about how do you prepare for not just Amazon potentially, but all the other great opportunities that are in our city and in our country. And I think that our goal in the Boston Public School System is to make sure that we were able to give the student the full potential of an education. In some cases, that's not happening today. And I think our goal, as we continue to move forward, is to make that happen. So not just STEM, but also STEAM in more schools. I'm going to let the superintendent address the 9th grade. We're doing some stuff there.
Sure. Our high schools in Boston Public Schools is committed to making sure every single student has science. We actually are required to make sure we offer all of you, when you go to high school, 3 years of science in high school. And so I think the opportunity here, though, is to learn about more of the hands-on approach to science, a more fun way of learning science. And there's a lot of learning that can happen through these programs that can also affect high school later on.
Any other questions on this? All right, I'm going to do Amazon in the hallway, so I'll let you guys grab your microphones and stuff, and I'll talk to the kids for a few minutes, and then I'll keep talking. Yes?